This is like giving you a bowl of doggy doo, put a cherry on top and call it a chocolate sundae. This is nothing.
Joining me now, Georgia Republican representative. He is the vice chair of the Republican Conference. He's Doug Collins. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks for coming on. Can you give us an update on the budget deal now? What are the Democrats now demanding on immigration? We hear what Nancy Pelosi is saying about their proposal on chip spending for child health insurance. We're going to get to that in a second. Where does it stand now?
I think we're coming to tonight. We're debating it on the floor right now. We're coming to tonight to have the vote, and I believe that we're going to get the votes. We're going to pass this over, and then let Chuck Schumer talk about a revulsive bill. Let Chuck Schumer talk about not funding troops. Let Chuck Schumer decide that he doesn't want to be a part of funding the government. Then, all of his rhetoric actually has to become a vote. We'll see how he deals with it.
Yeah, but the thing is, you guys control both houses and the presidency, so it looks like you're going to foot the blame for it, no?
Well, we control the House and the Senate. We have the majority in the Senate, but also they still keep the 60-vote cloture rule. Now, if we want to go off on another discussion, we can discuss that, but they're going to have to come on as well, and Democrats understand this. Look, they know what they're doing. Okay. They're very methodical in what they're doing. They don't like what's happened. I agree with the president. I'm standing with the president. The tax reform has worked. Apple's announcement yesterday, Aflac in my own state of Georgia investing over $250 million in 401ks. They don't like that because if you claim it to be Armageddon, and then today you come off with some kind of a verbal, I don't know what you call this, a verbal diarrhea, saying that you've got the CHIP program, which is helping children, is doggy doo. I'm not sure what Ms. Pelosi is talking about. She seems to have lost track of the whole faction of government that we're helping people. So if they want to continue to make that argument, then let them make that argument. Let them go to the families of militaries who have spouses deployed and sons and daughters deployed, who are right now fighting for our freedoms, who they're wanting to tie this up over an immigration deal. I'm not sure that actually works.
You know, the Wall Street Journal ironically says the Democrats won't take yes for an answer. The thing is, I think the Republicans have lost 34 seats legislatively since Trump won, and the Republicans, basically, they've only won 4. So the Democrats have won 34, the Republicans won 4. You need to get a deal for midnight tomorrow night, right? Can it be done?
I think it can be. Look, there's not. Somebody asked me about it earlier today. Working deals like this is always about coming into an airport. They always tell you to buckle up before landing. Well, we've got a landing coming in tonight that I think we're going to get done at 7 o'clock. We've still got some negotiating to do, but I think the issue, bottom line, for many Republicans and also for this country is I agree with the president. The president wants to see this done. He does not want to see a shutdown. He's committed to working to get a fix for our DACA situation, which I think needs to be worked on. He's committed to that. But at the end of the day, we've also got to have a number to fully fund our defense for the next 2 years. We've got to have the Democrats to understand that if they want to be a part of this, then we're moving forward, and we got to.
But Congressman, you've got Mark Meadows now saying there's not enough votes for the House to avoid a shutdown. Mark Meadows is saying that right now.
Okay, well, I'll just have to let Mark say what Mark wants to say. I'm going to stand. Mark can stand where he wants to. I'm going to stand with the president. Okay. So at this point in time, we'll just see where that goes, and we'll continue to fight for this. Okay. There are very valuable things here. We
got to move on to tax cuts. Apple, America's biggest company, bringing an estimated $250 billion back from overseas, giving out bonuses. Its CEO Tim Cook saying it's because of the Republican tax cuts. And look at this, Bank of New York Mellon today also giving out worker bonuses, joining Apple, and now about 175 companies giving back the tax cuts to workers. We did a mashup of Democrats throwing shade on the tax cuts, and the CEO saying, you know what, the tax cuts are working. They will help create jobs and economic growth. Watch.
This is Armageddon.
I do believe the corporate tax side will result in job creation and a faster growing economy.
The Republican tax plan will be full of tricks for the middle class and full of treats for the wealthiest Americans.
It's a big deal. It's going to have a huge cumulative effect, increasing wages and one-time bonuses.
Tiny Tim, we're taking your crutch away from you.
We're going to be doing a lot of things as a result of this tax bill because it was very, very good policy.
We're putting a lump of coal into your Christmas stocking.
Over time, that retained capital will be used to grow businesses, R&D, hire people, wages, competition. And over time, they'll be very good for America.
Congressman, what is going to take for the Democrats to move off their narrative here? The companies are ruining the Democrat narrative that tax cuts are only for the upper bracket, only for the rich.
It is pretty amazing as is. I think No, I'm an Air Force chaplain. I've studied a little bit of what they say is Armageddon. This isn't what Armageddon looks like. This is actually what we say is going to happen when you actually put money back in people's pocket, when you actually give companies incentivizing to help their employees, to give them the things that they need to grow their businesses and look at a growth factor. Look, I mean, if you want to call $100 or $1,000 crumbs, then maybe you've just been in too many elite circles in San Francisco eating at $1,000 restaurants or somewhere else, because I don't know what you're dealing with there, because my people back in the 9th District of Georgia, they take that money and they invest it in their kids. They invest it in their education. They invest it in the things that they want to. That's what's America about. If that's infuriating them, if that's a lump of coal, then that coal has been processed into a diamond for many of our folks.
We're staying on the story. Coming up, we're going to show how anywhere from half to 8 out of 10 Americans live paycheck to paycheck. They need that money. Thank you, Congressman. It's great to have you on. Thanks so much.
It's always good to be with you. Take care.